one of the toughest things that most of us, particularly we females, face is a fear of saying to the boss, I need more money. Someone who has some ideas on that is Dr Natasha Wilks from High Performance Vets. You've got a solution. What do people do?
Well, you don't just go up and say, I need more money. If you do that, be prepared for the big fat no. The first thing is you have to ask. And that's what a lot of people were uncomfortable with, or are uncomfortable with. I was the same. I couldn't even go and negotiate cheaper shoes or anything like that. So I myself have come a long way. You really need to start with what you believe about yourself. I was brought up to believe that if you work hard, you will be rewarded. And I was so lucky in my first job, and we worked really hard. And I had a great employer who, would keep rewarding me. And I had a great salary by the time I left there. But after that, practices weren't as busy, or it just didn't happen. And so I had to learn to ask, and I was terrible at it, and I didn't know how to. But what I've learned over the years is you have to value yourself, and we traditionally undervalue everything we do. And for me, it was a realisation when I did my coach training to meet all these other people and what they do in their industries. And I was like, okay, we need to learn how to ask. So what you need to do is you need to believe in yourself. You need to recognise the value of what you do. And a lot of the time we minimise it. Stop that, maximise it. It's not meaning we're going, oh my God, I've got such a big head. It's nothing like that. It's like, how good am I? And a lot of us are so fantastic. The next thing you need to look at is your turnover. Your turnover is very important. So what are you doing in practice? It needs to be a minimum of 5 times, and you've also got to take GST into account for Australia. But also you've got to be an asset to the practice. Don't be a liability. If you're doing less than, if your total turnover and you're costing more than 25% of your total turnover, then you are actually a liability. You are costing the practice money. So look at your turnover, engage with clients, build strong client relationships. And that is really important, because you can be great at turnover, but if you turn clients off, you're really not an asset to the practice. So build your knowledge and skills. Look to the future. What's coming in the future? What do clients want? It might be a 3 or 5 year plan. So start training in that now, so you can be the expert in the area, because you need a competitive advantage. We are having an oversupply of vets, and I'm 16 years now. In 10 years, I'm going to be 25 years out. Why would people employ me knowing the income that I would like compared to getting somebody at 8 years out? So I'm going to have to be very mindful of that, and so do a lot of vets. And of course, the people at 5 to 8 years out are probably going to be a lot cheaper. So how can I be an asset to your business? And, is it running media campaigns? Is it social media? Is it leadership? Very important. So build your knowledge and skills clinically, surgically, but also in the soft skills, which aren't soft: emotional intelligence, leadership, stress management, conflict resolution. Be great with clients. And this is stuff that you can train in. I was a terrible communicator. I was so shy when I first graduated. I couldn't even talk to people. I talked to their pets. And now anybody who knows me, you can't shut me up. And be warm, bring back that bedside manner. That's what clients want. And have the turnover to support it, and then learn to ask. So how do you ask? You know what you need. What do I want? How am I an asset to your practice? You have to sell yourself to the boss like that. I am an asset because I'm seeing this client. I'm, brought all these new clients to the clinic. This is my turnover. And for those of you who don't know your turnover, just ask. Bosses are happy to, or employers are happy to share that with you. And then what do you want and why? It may not actually be money. You might want more holidays. You might want, to do a lot of CPD. But you need to clarify first what you want. Don't just go up and say, I deserve it, because they need to know why. And when you communicate that, employers are usually very happy to do that.
Gosh, I think you've gotten over the shyness thing.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Bottom line, if people try doing this and it's still not working, what should they do?
Come and talk to me. I'm happy to help them at any time. That's part of one of my courses, Income and Acceleration course, is I have an area on salary negotiation. But otherwise, let's do some coaching together, and we'll work on all those areas individually. And I also have courses that are just specifically for my private coaching clients, and we work with you and everybody I work with. I can never guarantee it, but let's increase your salary, because I want everybody to be happy, because it's what the money gives you, freedom and everything like that. Thank you.
Thank you.